Alright. This is Gravy Fan here. We are going to be spectating and casting the game between KirovThug and gurtstick, which I anticipate to be quite the contest. I'm waiting for these two players to get ready. And there we are, starting the countdown. Now, KirovThug will be playing Terran, gurtstick as Protoss, which is probably one of the more fair matchups we're going to have tonight. Oh, on Terraform, I see. I think we forgot to do the all the vetoing and stuff, but I guess I can deal with that later. I will be playing the winner of this series. Alright. We got KirovThug apparently not starting a SCV for some reason. There we go. Well, there was a bit of a hiccup there, where I imagine what happened is KirovThug found out the hotkeys were not to his liking and decided to change them. Early probe scout from gurtstick here. I anticipate a forge fast expand from him, as this is what he's been practicing. Look at that, we got a supply depot there. That's good. It's definitely something you want to build as Terran, because if you didn't, he'd be stuck on 11 supply for the whole game. Alright, here comes the probe scout. Got chasing him around. Oh, we got early gas here from our Terran player. No gas yet from gurtstick. That barracks is actually in the right position, it looks like. And we see Protoss building up some resources. Gonna drop a Nexus there in a couple seconds, I would anticipate. So his next supply building will be a little earlier than our Terran player. And there's the Nexus. Probe down here. Instead of using it for something useful like scouting, he's going to leave it there, I'd imagine, to place a proxy pylon eventually. And here comes a scouting SCV, maybe looking for proxies, probably going to go scout the main of gurtstick here, who's going Forge first, or sorry, Nexus into Forge, into Gateway, into subpar wall off. Is that even a wall off? It's hard to tell sometimes. Look on the, let's see, this is my favorite one, the APM tab. Currently, both our players are at a blazing, sitting around like 15 average APM. Now whoa! We had a spike there of like 90 APM from our Protoss player. So he's definitely, I'd say, favored in this matchup based on that. Got the gas saturated. He's getting his factory up. I'd imagine, I predict we're going to see Widow Mines out of this instead of Hellions. But you know, we have a nice healthy supply block from our Terran player, who is behind supply by 3 already, though I'm pretty sure that's mainly because of the late start he got. Now this wall in sucks because there's room right there where he can slip through, although since he's not playing Zerg, shouldn't be a problem. Probe still there. Took both gases. We have... hey Josh. Go to the Twitch stream, Josh. That is my brother, who is also playing in this tournament. And we seem to not communicate entirely effectively how he was going to be observing this. Cybernetics score done, which means Warp Gate should be starting soon. You should start Warp Gate research. It's the best ability in the game. It only costs 50/50, and you need it for your warping. It looks like he does start it. Probably want to chrono boost that out, but you know, what do I know? I'm a Zerg player who also beats everyone as Protoss. But you know, it's okay. Command center on the high ground for our Terran player. Looks like he wants to play things safe. What did he build out of this? I completely missed that. We got absolutely nothing. He's just using it as a bridge to starport. Oh, wait. Siege tanks, alright. Now, here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. In pro play, you never really see siege tanks against Protoss. And this is primarily because of Blink's Stalkers, I believe. And if I'm not mistaken, that will be on the priority, on the list of priorities for our Protoss player. Blink is the probably third best ability in the game. You should get it. And the siege tank probably wants to use that up when you want to, just in case there was an attack incoming. But okay, guys, if we take a look at the vision here. Our Protoss player has a tiny bit of an idea what's happening. Our Terran player also actually knows what's going on. So, but neither of them have scouted very recently. We got the mothership core building up energy. Already has enough energy for a photon overcharge. And gurtstick's doing rather well on saturation. He's got a nice 2-base thing going on here. He's floating some gas. He's probably going to drop that. Oh, there's the proxy pylon. Probably going to go for it pretty soon here. Now, here is where things get a little sticky. Our Protoss player, I believe, was expecting some sort of aggression from Terran. But, oh, there's the first round of warp-ins. But Protoss, I don't know if they exactly know how to aggress here. It's going to be a little bit difficult given the 2 siege tanks here. Now take a look at the range on these siege tanks. It does not cover this part of where they could possibly be attacking. So we'll see. Oh, supply block here for our Protoss player and our Terran player. Our Protoss has taken a supply advantage, and this is just this is basically where our meta is at this point, is whoever can macro better almost always wins games. And our Terran player has not really identified what exactly is going on here. He's going to walk past where our Protoss player is walking in units and go for a attack. And our Protoss player, I believe, identified this, so he's not really doing anything. Oh, here we go. Alright, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on 2 armies here as they push out. He does have 2 siege tanks and a Widow Mine back in him. Those siege tanks, without Blink... Oh, here we go. Activates Photon Overcharge, but those cannons should be able to hold this off. Does have a sizable force at home, plus this attacking force here. This is going to be a sticky situation. Units on the move command, but the siege tanks here are going to do a beautiful job of at least doing some damage to this force. Marines coming out here should help a little. The army's going to come back home to reinforce. Needs to do something about this. More units warping in. Already has a force back home. The supply, as I was stating before, the supply tells the whole story. 53 to 99. It's just, all these games are decided on macro. But we got Got gurtstick taking care of some of these forces. Gonna take care of the last of this, but unfortunately, while all this micro is going on, there is no macro going on. So, if gurtstick were to move out, which he is doing, with this entire force, I don't foresee this ending well for our intrepid Terran. Plus, the observer is gonna see all of this.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Just all of it.
I'm here in the shadows.
And we're getting ready for the big push here. He has so many zealots, and these zealots have charge, which means the zealots alone will take care of this force. Here we go, folks. The massacre of 2015, top massacre NA East of our Terran player by the Protoss. In this, we ought to see Terran GG here in a sec. There it is, GG. gurtstick takes game number 1 in our best of 3 in the second match. So that was, I think that was an indicator of things to come, everyone. This is must be a little unnerving for our Terran player. And look at the graph! Look at the graph! And it's not even like, Terran starts losing anything at this point. Terran just stops building stuff at this point. And Protoss just builds more stuff, and then eventually it's game over. So, the emphasis definitely on macro mechanics here. Plus, my favorite meter, APM, this gurtstick with the better APM. Completely awesome. Now, this is going to be a little counterintuitive, but as you can see from my screen here, there is a live esports event, the global finals at BlizzCon, where awesome play is going to be taking place. There was just this great series with Innovation Against Life, and you should probably go watch that instead of this if you actually want to see how StarCraft's played. But you know what? It's okay. You can still watch us. Maybe we might be more entertaining because we're so awful. But we'll see. We'll try to get loaded in here again as we wait for gurtstick to invite me as observer. It's, when you're commentating, you usually have more to talk about. Some in-depth strategy, but it's hard to commentate when one player just outproduces another, because you just say it like that, and that's the best way to say it, and there's no other way to say it. We could talk about, how the micro on the Marines wasn't that great, or how, that's nice. I'm just making stuff up at this point. This is the point where we kind of hope they haven't forgotten to invite me into the next game. We'll never know for sure. So, in like 5 minutes, someone's gonna come into the room and be like, "Hey, yo, Mark." Okay, there we go. "Hey, yo, Mark, it's time. Where you been? The game's starting." And I wasn't casting it, but here we go. Well, all right. I guess gurtstick does not know that you can actually just switch players around after you invite them. But no doubt to avoid that, he'll make sure KirovThug gets invited to the lobby first. It's okay. Alright. Thank you. I'll join the game. I'll enter the lobby as spectator. Da-da-da. Alright, looks like the next game's going to be on Coda. Not surprising, we have games on the 2 most popular maps. They don't seem to like 4-player maps that much, which is weird, because I kind of like 4-player maps. But I am a Zerg player, and Zerg generally favors the larger maps where you can abuse your mobility a little more. But here we are. Loading in to Coda. And I forgot to do the awesome introductions the first time, so we'll do it this time. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Coda, we have the green player playing for our bros. We have gurtstick. And this time, getting a jump on his SCV production, we have our red Terran, the most cosmetically pleasing Terran I've heard. We have KirovThug, also playing for Team Arbros. If we were an actual team, that would be great. Bit of the same opening for gurtstick here, pylon down the ramp, but neglecting the probe scout. It's almost like he has KirovThug figured out. But KirovThug actually going to be the one to go for the early scout here. Well, when he gets there, he will see a pylon. And after that, he will see a Nexus producing probes. Now, the fact, we'll see if he interprets this fact. No, Protoss does not actually... Oh! There we go, guys. There it is. This was not a scout. This was, in fact, a proxy barracks, which he does not have gas yet, so he will not be going for a Reaper. That was not his intention. Unless, of course, it was his intention. And it is entirely possible he just forgot the gas, but actually, against a Nexus first Protoss, KirovThug could get some work done here, I believe. And it will be Nexus first, guys. This is really bad for... Oh, double proxy racks. Oh my gosh. This is going to be so bad for our Protoss player. He's got the forge down. He's going to have a cannon on the way soon. But we're going to have a Marine out here. Out in no time. He's not going to get supply blocked either. Awesome. So we got the gateway going down too. This is kind of tense. You have to hope KirovThug gets the damage done here. Otherwise, we'll just be behind economically again. Well, the forge is going to finish up here, and he's got to attack soon. Otherwise, that cannon's going to be up. It's just, oh no, no, attack! You need to attack right now. As you can see, he hasn't scouted this. He probably should have. Oh, that cannon's gonna finish up, guys. Oh, this is gonna... Unless he gets in there right now, and starts working on that cannon. He needs to work on that cannon. Nope, work on the cannon. Work on the oh, no. The bunker's too close. It's gonna attack that. It's just... Oh, no. Yeah, well... This, it's gonna force KirovThug to...
This better be good.
Oh gosh, well... It would have been close if he had focused that cannon down. I think he could have gotten it, though. It's a tough call. But he's gonna produce more Marines here, and if... Okay, he's building a second photon cannon. Yeah, will be the end of that aggression. He's taking double gas, gonna cannon beyond the mineral line in case it drops. Let's see. He's got the engineering bay down, starting to get that gas, only got one in gas. 6 Marines, which would have been great. But, 9 gurtstick, not even producing units, just relying on those cannons, because they cover this whole way up here. This is... I don't know what to say, guys. You know, sometimes you cheese and you lose. Oh, no. No, it's gonna be a mask. Don't do it. No. No. That's gonna... No! Kill the cannon! No! You almost had it! I mean, it's really useless in the long run, but you should probably kill that. Oh well. And if I was the Terran player, I would GG right about now. Protoss has not built a single unit Because, you know, if you're Protoss, why not just build cannons? You start the game, and that's the first thing you have to answer. You know those plots that like teachers show you in class sometime, and they're like, so you got two choices here, and then the choice branches, or sorry, you have two options, and those branch into two choices you can take. And as Protoss, the immediate one is, should I build anything other than cannons? And most often, you know, for the first 5 minutes, the answer is no, because, you know, why not? Why not build something that has detector, can shoot ground and air units, and push away early Marines? You know? He's even got his look at, okay. This is the Bronze League problem. He has 3 cannons in his main. Not at the natural. That's fine. He's got some early pressure coming out. At his main base, and could have been used to build, you know, actual units that can actually, you know, move and get attacking stuff done. Behind this, KirovThug is taking his next command center, which is good. He should do that. But he's usually, when a proxy like this fails, the Terran player picks these up, flies them back home, parks them there. But looks like that won't be happening. He's just gonna kind of base all his attacks out of here. And we got upgrades queued up here, which if you're lacking in macro skills is probably a good thing to do to make sure you don't forget anything. Got the Wood Mine coming up here. KirovThug loves his Wood Mines. Now, fortunately, they're probably better on the defensive and against Zerg than on the offensive against Protoss. It's okay, though. The supply's not that different. So, you know, KirovThug's doing, despite proxying, he's going to do a better job. Oh, he's going to spot this! Does he see it? Does he see it? His Marine's chasing it. He never clicked on his Marine. I don't think he actually saw that. So we got a Warp Prism moving out. We got, oh my gosh. He's just going to defend here. Going to send the Warp Prism around. And with his, how many gates does he have? 8 Warp Gates. He's going to completely annihilate. Because he doesn't even need to. He's just got his proxy pylon. And the supply's rocketing out of control again. KirovThug's forgetting to build supply depots, forgetting to build extra production facilities. He's got his main force here that I think it could almost take this if it weren't for Photon Overcharge. But with Photon Overcharge, it'll be enough to push that away if that happens. We got the Warp Prism here. gurtstick's got it. Got it over there. And we should see that. We're going to warping units in the main. But there's actually a Viking and a Widow Mine there, which will be like best placement ever. Because gurtstick's, there's just nothing. There's nothing back here. Nothing back here for our Terran player. And he's going to go for the counterattack on the other side. We're in a bit of a base race. But it's just, he's going to warp in units. He's going to cast Photon Overcharge. It's not going to be too pretty. He's trying to stay out of Photon range, but not really working. Going to move up to the main there. If you see the supply, that, again, I can say this a million times. Oh, get it! Okay. And there's the GG from KirovThug. Looks like gurtstick will take the series 2-0. As the supply just was plummeting. There's no way that was going to win. Go some other way. Well, that's it for that match, guys. Stay tuned. We will have another one up and running in just a few minutes. In the meantime, enjoy the nice offline screen for just a second while we get this set up. We'll pretend it's a commercial break, but it's really not. We're just turning the stream off and turning it back on because of the recording. Anywho, stay tuned, folks.